Hi everybody, welcome to the latest update for the Apollo 3D project. Um, this is a state of play, the last time I put a video out. So it's been 2 weeks, so today it's the 8th of March. This year's just flying in, 2024. So this is where we were. As you can see, with a fair bit done, sides up and stuff there. But what I've found out, and I think a lot of people know that's worked in civil engineering or construction like myself, working off of drawings, is that the original plans, um, there's always changes. There's always changes to the way things are built because when you start, it's great design things, and once you start putting them into practice, a lot of things come into play, load bearing and stuff, and all this, and it's not practical to do it the way the drawings done it. A perfect example of that would be actually in the foyer to get the stalls. You walked along the end of the foyer, past the stairs, and you went down, and it was a dog-legged staircase that took you down. So you went down, turned left on one side, right the other, and you would walk out the entrance, and that was you in the stalls. However, in the original drawing, these staircases don't exist. It's just two straight staircases. So that's just one example, and there's many in this project like that. Whereas the final layout is obviously different for the original drawings that were submitted. So I had to take a wee week, just doing some revising and thinking about how things were when we visited the Apollo. Also, the fact is, when you start building things, you realise, hang on, that couldn't have really went there because there's not enough room, stuff like that. So I decided to go and just look at all the levels and sort of rebuild them. And what I had to do was manipulate them into the kind of end product that we all knew. So and it's a good thing to do because everything I've got in place now doesn't need revised anymore. That sits bang on, but we're starting to sort of come well out the ground now. So that is the way, as I said, we were at the last video. However, I thought what we'll do is I'll just show you. I'll go through and just update you on what I have done. And that was from last week's video, which I need to apologise for because I was very busy and I forgot to do my due diligence, and the video was a nightmare because I forgot to change screens that I was recording. So anyway, we've added that on so you get a bit of perspective. So we'll just go through all the changes. So the slab that's always the same. Now what I've done here is the basement and the rear stalls. I've took the two lift shafts up to more or less full height. You can see the bits that stick out the building around that rough cast kind of thing. Couple of other changes has just been really tidying up these exits at the back here, and sorting out a wee bit in the basement that was slightly wrong. So everything sort of moved up a wee touch. So next thing up is the stalls floor. The only thing I had to actually do with that was the angle on this one just wasn't quite right, but that's it now. That's absolutely perfect. Columns, they had to be moved a wee touch to coincide. As I says, the drawings are different from what we ended up with, so a lot of the stuff I'm doing is establishing these parts the way that I've seen in photographs and the way I can remember myself. So that sort of was done there. Next thing was the front of stalls exits, which are here. You can see I've been doing a wee bit of work there. These bits I've actually ended up in other parts through drawing, but for accuracy, everything is right there. Lower boxes, they just had to be again realigned and properly sized, so that's all fine now. The stage, there's a big change in the stage. What I've done is I've decided just to go with the kind of one tier stage. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen the pictures inside. It's got a wavy lines on it and somebody's spray painted Bowie on there. So I thought, well, I'll try and recreate that. So I've just gone for that. Again, the stage, it's a weird one. I know we always have a laugh on the Apollo Facebook group. How high was the stage? Well, it's really hard to work out how high the stage was. In the original drawings, the stage would only probably come up about 2 metres. But it's obviously, over the years, it's been built up and extended out over the orchestra pitch. So what I've been going with is the Oracle of the Apollo, Wally Potts, told me that when people were loading gear in, it was a case of just coming right off the lane and onto the stage. So again, using photographs and stuff, I've sort of worked out roughly where we are. I think at this point, if we look at this, here, the foundation area is 365.8 metres. That's roughly about 12 feet in old money. So we're going to go with that. I think that's fair enough. Basement ceiling, not really much to say about that. The pavement's extended round. There's a wee thing I've just noticed, and that is this actually, there's a slope here, so I'm going to need to just readjust this. It's a slight slope running down, so we'll get that sorted. That's a wee 2-minute job. Started going up the way with these stairwells at the back of the building. These went all the way up to the ballroom, and they also pick up the back of the upper circle. So that's just a case of building that up and then putting all the stuff in where rooms and stuff that are going to. Back in the front again. Just zoom it a wee touch. Front shops, again, it was just a case of getting them kind of sorted out. They're fine. Main foyer, as we can see there. There's a wee man there. We get into the main foyer, and it's a bit, I think we're more or less spot on here. We've got the stairs going up, and this over here, there's a set of stairs that are going down there. That's going through inside to your balcony. Oh, sorry, the lift shaft for the dancing, the jigging as they called it, up there. So that's in there. That seems alright. That's not a mobile phone the guy's got. He's just looking at his pocket notebook, see what time the bird's turning up at. So that was that. West End Misfits. Well, that was a bit of a British picture, but we finally got it sorted out. Took the grills off the front windows. Now the original windows actually extend up about another metre, but they've lowered it at one point for the original and just boxed it off. So that's that as it is. So that seems to be okay. Next up is the ballroom entrance, which we can see here. You go right through there and you're into the main foyer. That's the top of the stairs going up there. That's your wee ceiling. Now next is the 2 main side walls. So as you can see here, I've managed to start cutting out holes to put the windows in now. And between this wall on the Renfield, West the lane, I can't remember, West Nile Lane or whatever, and Renfrew Street, between these 2 walls, there's over 300 windows to get cut into that. Not only that, there's, I think the last count, there's 12 different types of windows which I'll need to develop and drop in, but I'm just going to cut through the holes every now and again because it's quite tedious. So I'll catch it just when I'm ready to do stuff. Next thing that came in was the tall columns. You see there that come up above the boxes there, and we've got the upper boxes. So they look a bit fancy, don't they? Look quite good. So we're back in the front again, and we've started working on the Windsor room. This is one of the rooms. The one above that's Geneva room, and then there's another office space. So I'm going to get cracked on with that next week. I'm just I made up these sash windows. For again, just looking at photos. So that's going to just progress. Above the stage, which you can see there, that's for, so here we go. Check this, check the wallpaper. Anyway, you can see what it's like working with 3D. Sometimes it's an absolute nightmare. But this is sort of ceiling height in the auditorium, the lowest, but it steps up as it goes up over the circles, so you can just see that above the stage. The next thing I had a look at was the rear stage walls. So if we burrow that round, you can see there. So the stage comes up so high, as you can see by the black curtains there. So that's the sort of height of your stage. And then obviously that extends up because there's actually rooms up here which we'll need to put in at some time. Next thing sort of added was low circle foyer. So that's your entrance. So you get in there, and obviously get a wee door here that takes you up into the circle. We'll get on that soon. The rear walls of the building. If we come round the back here, this is a big chimney that came from a big heating room that sits down here in the basement. I'll get added in at such a time. Just trying to get the form of the building up now, getting it going. So this is more or less the height of your walls around the building. And the next thing I think we had to do was front columns. So that's them in place. They actually sit just where the parapet was. That's the base of that. So we'll be building around that, and there'll be a bit there with a big sign on it. So that's where we've got to now. Today's the 15th of the 3rd, 2024. And I hope to be back with you again next week. And we'll see. I would hope to have this. I'm going to try and get the front of the building finished. And then we can concentrate on other parts. So that's it for this week. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for your encouragement and help, especially people on the Glasgow Apollo Facebook page. It's really, really much appreciated. And I'll see you later.